Today, Kevin and I are going to be trying 4 Dr. Oetker mixes from Germany. These were sent to us from Maria in Berlin, Germany, so thank you very, very much to Maria. This is the milk noodles. This is a vanilla flavored milk noodles, and then these are like pudding mixes. This is a coconut, a white chocolate, and a nougat. So I'm actually going to hand the reins over to Kevin, and he's going to be the one that tells us how to make these.
Yes, because I translated the German directions over to English the best I could. So for the milk noodles, what you need is 500 milliliters of milk in a pan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this on the stove and get it hot. Basically, we want it to the point where it's just starting to boil. And then I'll come back with that one. And then the other ones,
for these, you need 300 milliliters of milk.
Right, and we need a mixer. So they're showing a hand mixer.
Yes.
But we're just we don't even own a hand mixer anymore.
We don't. We had a hand mixer, and our hand mixer had one speed, fast.
On.
Super fast.
On and off, that was it. It was a cheap one though.
So we got rid of it. But these mixes, these 3, the white chocolate, the nougat, and the coconut, you make them all the same way. So we're going to show you how to make one of them, and then you can just, the other 2 is the exact same way. But we'll show you all 3 of them, of course, when they're finished. And then we're going to be going back to the noodles too.
So this you want to mix on medium speed for 3 minutes. So this has been 3 minutes of whisking. You can see it, it thickened up pretty quickly actually, and then it pretty much stayed the same thickness throughout. So I'm gonna just dump this in this bowl, and we're going to put this in the refrigerator and chill it while I'm making the other ones. It doesn't say you have to put it in the refrigerator at all before you eat it, so you can probably just eat it right now, but we do have other ones to make. Alright, so my milk, this is the milk noodles. The milk noodles, the milk started to boil, so I'm going to pour it in there. These are little noodles.
Yeah, they're noodles with a vanilla powder.
Interesting. So you're supposed to whisk them for 1 minute just to get it all good and stirred up and mixed up. So it's removed from heat, so you're not going to put it back on the heat anymore. So I'm going to whisk these for 1 minute, and then once you've stirred them or whisked them for a minute, it says pretty vigorously. This is about as vigorously as I get. Your camera's all fogged up.
It's okay. We can see.
There it goes. Oops. After this goes for a minute, you're supposed to let it sit for 10 minutes and then stir it one more time. So once I get done stirring it up, I want to let it sit.
So this is the white chocolate one, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator, and now we're going to move on to the nougat. This is our nougat mixture. So we are just putting these in the refrigerator until our milk noodles are finished sitting, and then we'll be back.
Okay, this has been sitting for 10 minutes. We timed it. It's thicker than I thought it was. I'm assuming the 10 minutes to sit is to soften the noodles up and cook them a little bit. So I won't know until we try it out. So I'm going to put this in a bowl, and you eat this. It doesn't say anything about cooling it, so you eat it warm. So I'm going to pour this in this bowl.
So we're going to try the vanilla noodles first because they are warm, and so we figured we'd try those first.
It does smell like a rice pudding when you're getting it out of the bowl. I don't like rice pudding, so I'm assuming the texture's just going to be a little different.
I can honestly say I've never had anything like that.
No, not with the noodles.
But it works. I think it's very nice.
It does remind me of rice pudding though.
See, I haven't had rice pudding.
Or like a tapioca pudding.
I don't. Tapioca has the little balls in it.
It reminds you of that flavor. I think it's the vanilla, and then you get the starchiness of the noodles, which is the same thing with rice. You get that starchy. Yeah, it works really good. They're very thin egg noodles.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was trying to see
Or that's what they appear to be. It's
they look like those. Yeah, the egg noodles, and not an ordinary wavy egg noodle, but the little ones that are like chopped, the little bitty square egg noodles.
Yeah.
I would like to know what they serve this with in Germany. Do they eat it like by itself as a dessert? Or would you put this with something else? Would you, I think that's the one. I think it's good by itself.
It's all in German. But if I'm not mistaken, if this is the one, let me just look at it. Yeah, this is the one you can serve with. You can put cinnamon on it. You can put cinnamon or fruits, is what it says.
Cinnamon would be nice.
So putting cinnamon on top of that would be good.
You could put. There's lots of spices like that would go great on top of that. But cinnamon, that would be really nice. Yeah, but I like the flavor of it all by itself too. By itself, good too. So the next one is the white chocolate, and it actually has little pieces of white chocolate in it.
Like little shaved pieces of chocolate. And we let this sit in the refrigerator, just like I said, like Kenny said, while we were making other ones.
They're crispy. They're like a, yeah, it's like a chocolate, like a white chocolate candy bar.
But shaved.
Yes, it's very, very thin, but it's crisp.
The texture of that reminds you a lot of our pudding. Mm-hmm. Not quite as thick, maybe, but I bet you that would thicken up more in the refrigerator.
And the white chocolate, it's sweet, but it has the traditional white chocolate that we're used to from overseas. Mm-hmm. It's sweet, but it's not as sweet as what we have.
Yeah, and it's more of a milky kind of flavor.
But I love that they put the pieces in there. Mm-hmm. I'm glad they gave you actual pieces of white chocolate.
Yeah, I would eat that as a dessert. As a kid, I would eat that as a kid, big time.
These traditionally, they make 4 portions. So you could, just like when in America, when you're making our pudding out of the box, or Jell-O, you put it in 4 portions. But Kevin and I are the only ones eating out of these, and these Pyrex bowls have really nice lids, so we know we can just put a lid on it and eat out of the bowl ourselves because we're the only ones that live here.
And they have recipes on the back to making like multi-layered like desserts. Like you put a little bit of this, and then like maybe a gelatin or something.
Right, that's a great idea. Yeah. This one, go ahead and try. This is the Nougat, and it actually has chocolate pieces in it. This looks very like a whipped...
Like a mousse.
Mm-hmm, like a mousse.
And that's what the texture's like too. It has that airy texture. I think the more you whisk it, the more airy it's going to be.
That is just like our mousse, the texture.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's a little darker, not quite as sweet as the white chocolate is, but it's still very good.
You definitely taste the chocolate, but it's it does leave a bitter chocolate flavor in your mouth. Not bad at all.
No, because it's sweet to kind of balance it out, but it's
good. You really, with them putting those chocolate pieces in there. And that, it might sound gross, but you have those in your teeth.
No,
and so even after you're finished with the pudding, you still have chocolate in your mouth from those pieces. So that's really nice. The last one is the coconut.
I don't know if you want to look
at the coconut was the first one of these puddings we made, and it smells really good.
These are more like mousse mixtures. It's really good. It has a little piece of coconut off the... But it has that texture where you can feel the little air bubbles in there when you're eating it. It's got the little pockets of air bubbles in it, just like the chocolate did. Now the white chocolate didn't have as many, but maybe we just didn't whisk it as long.
That's my favorite one.
Coconut's my favorite.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, Maria, or anyone else that has had these mixes. It would be interesting to hear out of the 3, because you can't compare the vanilla noodles. I love the vanilla noodles, but which is your favorite? White chocolate, nougat, or coconut? Because Kevin and I, are you going to try all 3?
No, just mix the 2.
Because Kevin and I love the coconut, and the coconut has little pieces of coconut.
That's
and
good.
Still have coconut.
Those are good together because it adds a sweetness to the chocolate. So you could do a multi-layered dessert with the chocolate vanilla. The coconut and chocolate were okay, but not as good.
Yeah, that would make a pretty dessert too, to mix them, to do layers. But yeah, this was such a great idea, Maria, to send us these, and I would love to hear opinions of everybody else. So which one is your favorite? And have you ever had the vanilla noodles? Because to us,
different. Doesn't sound like it would work, but it does.
But it does. It's actually really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.